rambling away. Hello everyone, welcome to a new video. It is me, Desiree, and it is time for look of the week, where I am going to recreate my favorite look from the past week. It also just so happens that there's a lot of products here that I haven't used in a long time. I haven't used in months, or products I used to really love and kind of put away. They went to the back of the drawer. I was favoring other products, and I kind of went through like a shop my stash kind of thing, where I was like, I used to love that, I need to use that again. And I had so much fun last week using these products. I wanted to just recreate my favorite look, and it's actually going to be using a palette from ColourPop that I haven't used in forever, and it's the Yes Please palette. This is also a palette, if I'm being honest, I only used one time when it came out, and I never used it again. Because the look that I did that first time, I just didn't like it. I thought the colors were hard to work with. I also didn't really know how to blend eyeshadow very well, and not that I know how to now, but you know, I just found this really difficult to work with, and I never used it again until this past week. And I pulled it out, and I had so much fun with this, so I'm going to use this today. I'm actually going to use do my eyes first, because this does give me a little bit of fallout. And then the other products you'll see as we go are things that I shopped my stash for, or that I used to really, really love and pulled them back out again. So here's the palette, really pretty, nothing revolutionary. I think every palette now is just, from ColourPop especially, they've done probably a million palettes that look just like this. So if you missed out on the Yes Please palette, I'm sure they have something else in their line now that looks exactly like this. But I'm gonna use some of like the oranges, the red. I did this look where I think I'm gonna try to recreate it today, where I did like red on the inner corner and like the outer corner and a shimmer in the middle. I don't know, I really liked it. We'll try to recreate it today, but I'm just gonna bounce around the palette. I think I'm gonna take this shade here called Big Cocktails. It's this really pretty, I don't know, coral kind of shade. I'm just gonna put that all over. I do have eye primer on, the Morphe eyelid primer. This is my absolute favorite primer ever. I think it's so good. Got it in an advent calendar last year, and it was one of the best things I got in that calendar. Speaking of advent calendars, I got the Feel Unique advent calendar again this year. I've got it for this is the third year that I've got it. And last year I absolutely loved it. I loved it so much. So many great products were in there, including that eye primer. There was an eyeliner from NARS. There was a Zoeva eyeshadow brush. That's one of the best brushes I've ever used. So many wonderful products were in there. A candle that was amazing that I bought the full size of. Anyway, I bought the calendar again this year. It's right there. But I didn't know if you wanted... Sorry, the cat was over there scratching around. If you want to see a video where I open up all the doors, because it's not one that has perforations that you open, it's little drawers, you can definitely reuse it. Let me know. I was gonna do it last year, but I waited until it was closer to I thought it was almost December by the time I bought it, or wanted to do the video. But it had already sold out by then, so I didn't do it. But I don't know, I thought it'd be kind of early to do an advent calendar video, but I don't want it to sell out in case any of you guys want it and you like the stuff that's inside. But let me know if you want me to unbox that whole thing. I would love to open that whole calendar in one day. Then I'm going to take this shade Spoiled, and I'm going to do a little in the outer corner and like the inner corner. We'll see how it comes out, but I'm just going to kind of play around with it. And I had so much fun with this palette because the last couple of weeks I have just been in like a rut of doing the exact same look every day, but I loved it. I was doing just concealer and then the Bare Minerals foundation powder on spots that I wanted some more coverage. And then I was using the one eyeshadow, and it was the MAC Paint Pot in the shade Groundwork. Or I was using the CoverGirl eyeshadow trio in Shimmering Sands. And I was using that every single day. And I really liked it, but I was getting so bored with the same look every day. But I was also waking up like at the last minute and had to do quick makeup, or I was taking a longer shower or something like that. But I last week decided to pull out all these products, and I was like, I'm just gonna get up a few minutes earlier, take a faster shower maybe, and put foundation on and powder my whole face and wear a full eyeshadow look. And I did that I think maybe 3 or 4 times this past week, and I loved it. It was so fun, and I felt like just this spark come back where I was like, I want to put on a full face of makeup instead of doing the quick makeup all the time, which is fun too. It's nice to have those kind of quick looks that you can knock out real quick. I'm gonna use this yellow one and kind of just, I don't know, do something up here. But I really enjoyed wearing the full face of makeup. And one thing I didn't think I was gonna love was powdering up my face and not using a dewy setting spray. Because normally I use like a setting spray that takes down the powdery look, dewifies my face a little bit. But I knew if I was wearing foundation, I wasn't gonna like that because I wear a mask at work all day and it just doesn't feel good. But I loved the matte face with all the powder and the setting spray that I'm going to use. I think they all worked so well together. And my makeup, even though I wore a mask all day, still looked decent all day. I was shocked. I think I'm going to take that shade, I don't know. I think I want a little more depth. You know what I'm going to do first is the shimmer, and then I'll add the darker shade on the outer corner. There's only a couple shimmers in here to choose from, but I think I'm going to go with this orange one here called Chauffeur. And these shimmers in this palette I don't think are very good. They're really dry, or just this palette is really old. I don't know, it's not like a shimmer, I don't know, I can't even describe it. It's just like a non-matte eyeshadow. I don't know, it doesn't do a lot for me, but it adds a nice little orange pop to the lid that I really like. I don't know. I guess it's okay. I'm gonna take that deeper shade here called French Kiss and kind of pop it. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna get a little more red first. The one called Spoiled here. There we go. I feel like I blended it away or something. Now I'm gonna get French Kiss, that really dark brown, and kind of just dab it right here. Just to get a little depth. I look insane. Every time I do my eyeshadow first and I'm doing like a whole thing and I have no eyebrows on or no under eye concealer or anything, it just looks weird to have all this makeup on my eyes and nothing else. Just looks funny. But it all comes together in the end. I think we all know that. All right, I'm gonna take a little bit more on this side. I'm gonna take the shade, which one? I think I'm gonna get the one Big Cocktails again, this orange, and kind of just try to blend everything together, make it a little more cohesive, but still kind of maintain, I don't know, this little bit of extra darkness that's out here. I don't know, this is what I did the other day. I just kind of played around and messed around, and I really liked the way it came out. I love the gradient and stuff. I'm gonna add a little more yellow on the top afterwards, but for now, I'm going to, did I get a lot of fallout? I'm gonna remove any of the fallout that I have, and then we'll come back with the base products. All right, fallout is cleaned up. I'm gonna do a little more blending up here when I finish everything else, but for now, Tarte CC under eye corrector. I just love this stuff. I took a little break. I was using the It Cosmetics, and what is it called? It Cosmetics Bye Bye Under Eye. And I love that stuff, but for some reason, I feel like if you're wearing a mask all day, you know how when you're breathing, it kind of heats up this top of your face, this part of your face. And I feel like it keeps that concealer like too moist or something. It's a really lovely concealer, but I feel like when I am wearing a mask, I don't like the way that it wears, just because it's too heated up, if that makes any sense. But this one, I love. This one can do no wrong. I'm so glad it's not discontinued. There was a time there where I thought it was going away and I freaked out. Speaking of things that I thought were gone forever, the Bath & Body Works French Lavender and Honey body cream is back. I thought that stuff was gone forever. I bought a ton of them because they did say that it was a retired fragrance. And they went on sale for $5. I bought 10 of them. I have a few left now. But I went and looked on the website just for fun to see if it was there. And it's there. It's online only, but they have the Shea body cream, the body spray, the body wash. It's all regular price now. But I couldn't believe it. I was shocked that it was back, and I was reading the comments on that post or on that product, and tons of people were saying, oh my god, I'm so glad it's back, including me. Oh, it's back. All right, let's move on to foundation. I usually will put a little more under eye concealer on when I'm done, because once my whole face is on and it's a little more higher coverage, I feel like the under eyes usually end up needing a little more coverage. So the foundation combo I'm using today is one that I couldn't stop using for the longest time. It's the IT Cosmetics Your Skin But Better foundation. This one here is really, really pretty. I have the shade Light Neutral 20.5. And I'm gonna mix it with the Tarte Rainforest of the Sea Water Foundation. This one I have in the shade Light Neutral. It also expired in June. That's good to know. I bet just the sunscreen has expired, but I'm still gonna use it. It still smells fine. I'm just gonna shake these up a little bit. So I mixed these because this is a hair too light and this one is a hair too dark, but I feel like when they're mixed together, they work really well, and they, not only is the color really nice, but the finish is really pretty. This one I think is still available from Tarte, but I think they changed the packaging, and I don't think they call it Rainforest of the Sea anymore. I think it's just called Sea. I really liked the name Rainforest of the Sea though. Anyway, I think they still make it. So I'm just gonna get some of this. It is in like a dropper style, which I don't love, but it's a nice one because it doesn't come all on the bottom and stuff when you put the tube back in there. Does that make any sense what I just said? Anyway, have those two, one pump of each. I wouldn't normally use a whole pump of each, but I can't, for some reason I can't seem to only pump out half a pump. So I'm just gonna mix it together here in my hand, and then we're just gonna dot it around. And I really, really liked this. I don't usually mix foundations all that much, but this one I just did on a whim because, like I said, one was too dark and one was too light. And I loved the way that it came out, and the formulas mixed really well together. And it blends so nicely. I really love the finish of this. And I really like both of those foundations separately. They're both very, very nice. But they don't, I don't know. It's just the colors. The colors don't work well for me. And I didn't want to return them and get another one. I just fell upon this combo of mixing them together, and I really, really like it. So there's that. There's a little tiny bit left on my hand, but it looks like a lot actually, but it's not that much. I'm just gonna wipe it away with the Beauty Blender. I am gonna put some concealer on, the Pat McGrath Skin Fetish Sublime Concealer. This is the shade L5. I have said it before and I will say it again, the Wet n Wild Incognito Concealer, this is exactly the same. I swear they're exactly the same. They work exactly the same, they blend the same, they look the same on the skin, and they're both really, really good though. I think they're wonderful. And Wet n Wild costs like $5. Really, really like this concealer. I love the coverage. It looks like skin. So pretty. And for powder, I finally put down, I look so crazy. I finally put down the Bare Minerals powder, and I decided, this is my favorite powder of all time, the Too Faced Multi-Use Complexion Powder. It's the Born This Way Multi-Use Complexion Powder. I have the shade here called Almond, and I decided to pull this back out because I wanted to mattify my face, because I really wanted to do a full face of makeup. And I started using it with a more smaller brush, and normally I have a big brush and I'm patting it all over my face, but this is the brush I've been using with the Bare Minerals stuff, and I just tried it out and I loved it. I loved it so much. This powder is full coverage. I mean, you can get it to full coverage. It covers up everything. You can use it as a foundation powder. It's mattifying. It's not cakey. You can use a ton of it and it's not gonna look crazy. All right, I just love this powder. I look insane. I really need to get to the eyebrow part already. But the bronzer I'm going to use is the Tom Ford bronzing powder in the shade Terra. I have had this for a couple of years, if not 3 or 4 years at this point. I never use this because when I bought this, I didn't appreciate a bronzer that was very skin-like. I like my bronzer to look like I have bronzer on my skin. I like it to look obvious. And this is not that bronzer. It's so skin-like and natural, and I never appreciated that until recently, until this year. So you can see how it's giving me this natural sculpt to my face. It doesn't look like bronzer, it just looks like this is the natural shape of my face. I don't know what it is, but I love it now, and I never ever appreciated it when I bought it. I had wanted to declutter it so many times, and I'm so glad that I didn't, because I love it now. I think it's wonderful. I don't think you need to buy this if you want something that's very skin-like, something very pretty, something very natural. I think the Essence Sun Club Matte Bronzing Powder will give you the same look. There aren't a lot of shades in either of these products, so I would say if you're my skin tone or darker, if you're darker than me, I think you have to build it up way too much. It might not even be worth it. But if you're a lighter skin tone, I think these will be wonderful if you're looking for something super natural looking. Like, look how naturally sculpted my face looks. Like, it looks natural, and I really, really love it now. Really, really. So for highlighter, I pulled out the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector in the shade Own Your Light. This is one that I really love. Not only is the packaging just A+, amazing, the color is super pretty. It's like this pinky orange, like, it looks like it's gonna be crazy metallic, but I just love it. And I loved it especially because I feel like it went well with the eye makeup I had on, because it also has this pinky kind of orange tint to it depending on the light. And I really liked it. And I finally decided to put down the Wet n Wild highlighter I couldn't put down and pulled out something a little more colorful. I don't know if you could tell, it has like a really nice pinky shift to it. I think it's so pretty, and I'm so glad I rediscovered it. And then the blush, Revlon Powder Blush in the shade Naughty Nude. This is one of my all-time favorite blushes of all time, of ever, all time. It's so beautiful. This is the second one that I have owned, and it's just one of those blushes that kind of goes with everything because it's so natural. Like, it's just gonna give you this natural kind of color to your cheek. It's not gonna compete with your eye makeup, and that's really what I wanted, was something that I could do like a crazy eye and not have like a bright pink cheek or bright orange like I normally would. And I just love this one. I think it just looks really naturally blushy. I know the light's hitting me kind of weird here, but I just love this. I think it looks so nice. Eyebrows, oh my god, let's put the eyebrows on. Morphe brow pencil. This is the shade Chocolate. The Morphe, it's just called brow pencil. Micro brow pencil, shade Chocolate. I'm gonna put this on, some brow powder, some gel, and we'll finish up the lower lashes. I know in Emily Noel's videos, every time she's doing her eyebrows, she starts talking about some other things besides makeup. And I just had a thought right now to mention, if any of you guys are interested in houseplants, I have a second channel that I started called Space Case at Home. And I intended for that channel to be a little more random. I also wanted to do a few house things because I want to share my excitement about my new house, but I don't know how to vlog. I don't have a vlogging camera, and I tried to use the camera that I have now, but it's not meant for that kind of a thing, I don't think. It's not working for me. And my phone camera does not work at all anymore. So I can't use my phone either. I need a new phone so bad. But for now, it's houseplants. I think I have 4 videos on that channel right now, and it's all houseplant stuff. If you're interested, I'll link it down below. All right, I look 1,000 times better with the eyebrows on, with all this makeup on. I wish I could be one of those people, because I've seen other YouTubers do their eyebrows first and then all their makeup. I can't do that. I don't know why, it just seems weird. So I'm gonna finish up the lower lash line with the Yes Please palette. I'm gonna kind of try to follow the way that I have it on. So I'm gonna do like the darker red, the lighter yellow, and then the darker red. I'm gonna use, I think, the orange one and the yellow, maybe that darker one on the outer corner. Yeah. I think I'm gonna do a little more blending on the top though, with a little more of that yellow color. Just up here, I want it to be a little more, I don't know, bigger. And I've really been loving doing my eyeshadow almost all the way up to my eyebrow lately. I don't know what it is. I just feel like it just makes it look bigger. And there we go. I think that looks good. All right, for setting spray, where are you? I'm using this. This is the Morphe Continuous Setting Spray. They just put one out that's like Sour Patch Kids, and it's a watermelon scented. I want it so badly. But this is a really, really good setting spray. It's an aerosol can. It sprays the nicest mist ever. It's super even. You could feel it touching your face, but there's no big droplets. It doesn't super like dewify your face. It kind of keeps your matte look, just kind of takes away the powdery feel. I really, really love this stuff. So I think it's almost empty because when I shake it now, it doesn't really make any noise. But with this, it doesn't. You could just spray a bunch of it and it'll dry down just the same. It's really, really good, and this does work. Like, it definitely helps prolong the wear of your makeup. I think it's wonderful. All right, I need to put some mascara on. I did put on some lip gloss, the Fenty Gloss Bomb in the shade Fussy. I love this one so much. And I never do lips in videos, never. I don't know, I'm not a lip product person other than glosses. And I just always forget to do it because I usually just put chapstick on or something. I'm gonna do some mascara. I've actually been loving this KAJA lengthening mascara on the lower lashes. This is that one that came with the little trio. I did a video on it. And I wasn't crazy about the mascaras, but this one works so well on the lower lashes. The wear time is insane. It doesn't flake, smudge, smear, nothing. Even though, like I said earlier, I'm sweating all day and I'm like breathing into a mask and it like heats up my eye area, it doesn't mess up that mascara. It doesn't like make it smudge or anything. I'm gonna finish up my mascara real quick, throw on some black liner, which I forgot to do. Just now that I looked at myself, I remembered. And then we'll wrap it up. I'm gonna use this one, the Makeup by Mario Master Pigment Pro pencil in the shade Super Black. Did I hold that up long enough? This one right here. I really like that one. It lasts all day, but it's the one that I have to like take a Q-tip and remove because it's almost too long wearing, which is a good problem to have with the black liner. All right, mascara is on, eyeliner, eyelined. I used the Tarte Surfer Curl mascara. I just love this mascara and I will never stop loving it. It's just so nice. I think with a look like this, black eyeliner is kind of like necessary. If I knew how to do winged eyeliner, I definitely would have done it today. Maybe I will try that out because I also bought some lashes. I bought these Eyelure pre-glued natural lashes. I've been wanting to try lashes for so long. And I thought I would try these out. We'll see how they go. Maybe I'll try out like a video trying out things I've never tried or something like that. We'll see. But anyway, I love the way that this came out. I'm so glad I rediscovered this palette and gave it another chance. I mean, I probably have 1,000 colors that look just like this, but in a little palette, I think it's really cute. The bronzer as well was definitely a standout for me. I'm glad I kept this and gave it another shot because I really appreciate a more kind of natural sculpt to the face. And normally I really like a bronzer to look like it's on my face, but I really appreciate that lightweight look now. So yeah, that is it. I think I need to fill these eyebrows out just a little bit more. I feel like I need a little more eyebrow with this look. I don't know, we'll see. Anyway, that is it. Thank you so much for watching this video. Let me know what you thought. Do you love these products? Do you hate them? I would love to know. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss the next one. And I will see you later in another video. Goodbye.